What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament. What a tournament so far, man. This has been absolutely insane. I mean, Carolina might not be continuing, but I've really enjoyed this tournament. I've had a lot of fun watching it. This is one of the better tournaments I've ever seen, man. We got upsets, some good matchups all around. So let's get right into it, starting with the round of 64. And I guess we'll just go from like top to bottom. Gonzaga, Norfolk State. Obviously that game, not exactly. Actually, no, wait, I forgot. First four. Sorry about that. All right, Norfolk State, App State, winner of this, went on to play Gonzaga, which we knew wasn't going to turn out well. Norfolk State did pull out the win there, and honestly, it wasn't exactly a very good game, but it was contested, and the final 5 minutes of the game were actually pretty intriguing. So that's one good matchup right there. And the next matchup was also pretty good. Wichita State, Drake. Not exactly the most intriguing because not a lot of shots were falling in the game, but it was tight all the way through, and it was very interesting. And there was a monster dunk in there also. So yeah, so far first four games were nice. Same thing here, honestly. Michigan State, UCLA, probably the best game of all these as far as better basketball was played. I really did think Michigan State was going to win that game, but I haven't watched too much Michigan State this year, and after watching that, wow, I understand why they did not win that game. In the final first four game, Mount St. Mary's and Texas Southern, very, very interesting. There was a massive comeback in this game for Texas Southern to win, actually. So this was also a pretty decent game. So first four, round of applause for the first four, because those were pretty good matchups, and I don't feel like we can say that most of the time. All right, anyways, now on to the round of 64. Gonzaga obviously beat Norfolk State. Oklahoma beat Missouri in a nail-biter for both those fans. Creighton UCSB was absolutely insane. UCSB was a couple of inches away, I want to say, from winning that game and upsetting Creighton. But now Creighton, they find themselves in the Sweet 16, while UCSB finds himself heading home. Virginia gets upset, I should say, by Ohio. Ohio with is it Jason Preston, or it's something Preston, but he is nice. He's an NBA caliber talent, and he was able to carry Ohio past Virginia there. Virginia just didn't look prepared because they got in Indianapolis late because of the virus reasons and stuff like that. So yeah, Ohio was able to prevail there. USC versus Drake. It was close for a while, but then USC just pulled away there. Kansas, East Washington, same thing there. Very close in the first half, and Kansas started to pull away late. Oregon, VCU, this game got canceled. VCU had some positive tests, so Oregon had just a free win, basically, which actually ended up helping them. We'll get to that in the round of 32. Iowa did beat Grand Canyon, and let's move up to actually just go to the bottom left, I guess. Michigan beats Texas Southern. LSU beats St. Bonaventure pretty convincingly. Colorado surpasses Georgetown pretty easily. Florida State and UNCG was a fairly good matchup. It was a matchup I did predict to be an upset. And honestly, if UNCG could make any shots in the first 7 minutes of the game, this outcome could be different, but they were not able to do that. So Florida State does advance. UCLA upsets BYU there, which I kind of expected. I kind of expected the winner of that first four matchup to win that game. And Abilene Christian upsets Texas in what a game that was. It literally looked like a D1 Texas team versus a bunch of high school kids out there. The Abilene Christian is so small, height-wise, and they were able to pull out the upset. That's absolutely great to see. UConn lost to Maryland, and Alabama beat Iona, although that game was pretty close early. Up to the top right, Baylor beats Hartford, and Tar Heels lose to Wisconsin. They get kind of destroyed there. just not a great look for the Tar Heels. Villanova is beating Winthrop in another popular upset pick there, but North Texas upsets Purdue. In that matchup, the Mean Green able to pull one out. Texas Tech beats Utah State. Arkansas beats Colgate. Florida and Virginia Tech, the first game of the round of 64, but that was a good one, man. That was a very intriguing game. Florida wins in overtime. Ohio State Oral Roberts, of course. Oral Roberts, one of the biggest upsets in NCAA history. Oral Roberts pulls off the upset against Ohio State. That was a good one to watch as well. Illinois beats Drexel. Loyola Chicago beats Georgia Tech, two of the hottest teams in the nation right there. Tennessee loses to Oregon State. Oregon State making themselves a run. They've won like 5 or so straight. Oregon State beats Liberty in a kind of surprisingly close one. Syracuse upsets San Diego State, which I kind of expected, and West Virginia beats Morehead State. Clemson loses to Rutgers, and Houston beats Cleveland State. So that's the first round. So let's go on to the second round and talk about some of the second round matchups. Still some good games and some good upsets. So Gonzaga, Oklahoma, right there. It was close in the first half. Gonzaga kind of pulled away in the second half. I feel like Oklahoma was just passing up good shots to try to get better shots, which I feel like kind of did hurt them. I think they were going to lose either way, but that did hurt them in that game. Creighton beat Ohio. USC absolutely throttles Kansas for what was almost a 40-point win. It's a 34-point victory for USC. Oregon upsets Iowa, almost dropping 100 points in that game. I knew Iowa's lack of defense was going to hurt them eventually. I did not think it would happen this quick, however. All right, Michigan versus LSU. That game was also pretty close for a while, but Michigan pulled away in the final minutes. Florida State beat Colorado very convincingly. UCLA was able to beat Abilene Christian convincingly. Alabama beat Maryland convincingly. Up to the top right, Baylor, Wisconsin. Baylor beat Wisconsin. Not exactly big, but for a while it was close, but Baylor didn't really have too many problems. Wisconsin, Villanova beat North Texas. Texas Tech loses to Arkansas in a nail biter. Texas Tech pretty much missed 2 layups is basically what that was to lose the game. So that's unfortunate for them. Florida loses to Oral Roberts, and Oral Roberts is advancing to the Sweet 16 to play Arkansas. My goodness, that is absolutely insane. The 15 seed, that you don't see this very often at all, and they're a legitimate good team. This is not a fluke. They are a legitimate good team. And then Illinois loses to Loyola Chicago in the first game of the round of 32, and they win pretty big. They look like the better team pretty much all throughout, but good sportsmanship from Illinois after the game. Oregon State beats Oklahoma State pretty convincingly as well. They didn't have too many problems. Syracuse beats West Virginia very close, and Houston beats Rutgers very, very close. All right, so that's all the games so far. So Sweet 16 consists of Gonzaga, Creighton, USC, Oregon, Michigan, Florida State, UCLA, Alabama, Baylor, Villanova, Arkansas, Oral Roberts, Loyola Chicago, Oregon State, Syracuse, and Houston. Obviously no one predicted this. There are no good brackets left, but what a tournament we've had so far. It's been a very good tournament this year. Can't wait to watch the rest. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Please like, subscribe, comment, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.